Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be chatting about Disney, specifically Disneyland Paris. So if you want some hints, tips and tricks and more information on Disney, stay tuned. Yes, I do have a chip on my shoulder. So Disneyland is just east of Paris and it's made up of two parks. That's the Disneyland Park and Walt Disney Studios. Alongside there you have Disney Village, which is a shopping area, and there's a couple of restaurants there. So next to the park we also have the Disney Resort hotels. Now these hotels are great. A lot of them are themed. They go from budget to luxury hotels. They come with a free shuttle bus. Most of them are in walking distance off the actual parks. And you also get the free magic hours in the morning. So you get an extra hour in the park, get on those popular rides before everybody else comes in. Another budget option would be to look at the Disney partner hotels. These are a bit further away. They do come with a shuttle bus, although you don't get the magic hour. So that could be a cheaper option. Now the option I tend to use when I go to Paris is I will book an Airbnb somewhere along the RER-A line, which goes right into Disney. Usually I stay in an area that's about a 20-minute train journey away. So the advantages of an Airbnb are it's cheaper, more money to spend in the parks. Also you can have a longer trip. You're not just doing Disney, you can go into Paris. I say having it on the rail route, the RER-A, goes straight into the centre of Paris. You can get a weekly pass. Last time I was there, it cost me €31.60, and I was able to tap on and off the train, the metro, the buses. So it was a great way of getting around and seeing Paris. The other advantages are you've got your own place. Usually it's a flat or a house I rent for the family, so we can cook evening meals, we can get some breakfast before we go out. We can even make up a couple of sandwiches and take them into the park with us. So it cuts down on the cost of food when we're in the park, when we're having a park day and we're in there all day. So getting to the Disneyland Resort once you land in Paris is really easy. It's got an excellent transport system. You can get the train direct from Charles de Gaulle to the Disneyland Resort, which has its own train station. You can use the metro and the RER system. There's the Magical Shuttle, which is a third-party company. You can book that to take you direct from Orly or Charles de Gaulle direct to the resort. And of course you can hire a car. There's parking at the resorts, and also taxi or Uber. So tickets to get into the park, now this is going to depend how you've booked. You may have booked a hotel and ticket deal through Disney or a third party. I always buy my tickets through Traction Tickets. They give me, I think, the best value. I go for a 3-day ticket. I find that's enough to do both parks. Walt Disney Studios at the moment is probably about a half-a-day park. You can get most of what you want done in there about half a day, although they are expanding it, and it's going to be renamed next year Adventure World, and it's going to have a Frozen Land, and later on it's going to have a Lion King land added as well. So that'll make it a much bigger park. It's probably going to almost double the size of the park. You also want to make sure when you buy your ticket, you've got the park hopper option on it, so you can go between parks during the day. So you've booked your flights, your tickets, your hotel, you're ready to go. It's a couple of months out. What you need to do now is get your phone out, download the Disneyland Paris app, and have a play around with it and learn how to use it. And we'll have a quick look at it now. So once it's downloaded and installed, open it up. The first thing you're going to do is go over to Account and set up your account, link all your tickets, reservations, everything in there. And then you have all your details there, your hotel bookings, any table bookings you've made are there. We'll go back to the home screen. You can scroll down. You can pick your date. So we'll go see times. We'll pick a date in July there. And it tells you the times the parks are open and also the entertainment that's on during the day. So the different parades, shows, everything that's on, so you can see the times and plan your day accordingly. Also there on the tab it shows you what's under refurbishment, so you can see there are the items that are closed for refurbishment and the restaurants. And we'll go back home again. The main thing you're going to be using is the map, which you can see here. It shows, you can zoom in and out there, it shows you the wait times for the rides. It shows you the rides that are closed. As well as that, you can filter it, so change it from attractions. You can see here restaurants, shows, shops, characters, magic shots, hotels, toilets. So everything is on there. Smoking areas, phone charging points, first aid centres, food waste disposal. So it's all there. Drinking water fountains, probably one of the things you're going to be using. You can see where they're dotted around the park. That's one of the important things when you're at the parks, is keep hydrated, keep drinking a couple of sips of water every so often, because you're doing a lot of walking when you're in these parks, and especially if it's during the summer, you can easily dehydrate. Then the food tab. Again, this is very useful because it shows you all the restaurants there. Be looking at this when you're home, checking out all the menus, going, oh, that looks quite nice. One thing that was underutilized when I was there a few weeks ago is the click and collect. Now you can go on here, you can see these restaurants offer click and collect. You can look at the menus, you can order the food on your phone. Then all you do is you select a time, you turn up to the restaurant, click I am here, and your food's ready for you. There was loads of people stood in queues for half an hour to an hour at these restaurants, whereas I went in, done this, ordered it in 10 minutes, and had my food another 10 minutes later. So download the app, have a play with it at home, and you'll be sorted. So what can you expect at the parks? I'm going to do a deeper dive into the parks in future videos, so hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you'll be notified of when these videos come out. But we'll just do an overview now of what you can expect in the parks. So of course the main thing in these parks are the rides, and the rides are there all sorts of ages, from toddlers all the way up to adults. Of course, the other thing that is in the parks as well is character meet and greets. Now, there's two ways of doing these. They either have character meet and greets out in the parks, or you can have a character dining experience. There's lots of different shows available in the parks. These are all listed on your app with the times that they're showing at. It's a great way of getting a bit of a rest during the day and a bit of respite from the heat. All these show halls are usually air conditioned, so it's a nice place to go. Put your feet up for 20, 30 minutes, rest up, before you get back out into the parks, queuing for other rides. So make sure you're checking in the app to see when the parades are on. They usually go down Main Street around the castle, not to be missed. Get there a few minutes early, maybe up to 30 minutes early to get a space to actually see the parade, depending on how busy the park is. And some of the parades are on a couple of times a day, so you get a chance to see them. And of course, who doesn't like a bit of retail therapy? There's plenty of shops up and down Main Street. Almost every ride will have its own shop as well. So plenty of chance to look around, get your souvenirs, get your shoulder pals, your ears, t-shirts, hats, whatever. Disney's got it all, and you want to come away with some nice souvenirs. So when there's downtime, get into the shops. It's also a good way of getting out of the heat of the day and into some air conditioning. And of course, when you're in the parks, you're going to want some food. You can get everything from popcorn and ice creams at vendors, all the way up to sandwiches, quick lunches, to sit-down meals, 3-course meals. It's all there at Disney. Anything from your chicken nuggets to your 3-course meal. Have a look at the app, have a look at the menus and all the restaurants, see what you fancy so you know where you want to go for lunch. And then, of course, at the end of the day, you want to be there for the fireworks show. Now, the show they have in Disneyland Paris, depending on the weather, it'll have fireworks and a drone display at the same time. It's absolutely fantastic, and it also lights up all the way down the main street. So if you're there for a couple of days, I would recommend watching the fireworks show from the main circle in front of the castle, and then maybe the next night being further down the main street so you can see all the illuminations on the main street, all the projections, and it's fantastic. Not to be missed. Finish your night off, and head home and get some well-earned rest. The other thing to mention is the Disney Premier Access. Now this is their skip the line system. It's an extra fee. It depends on the day you're in there as to how much it will cost. The details are in the app. You have to pay by person for the day, and it opens up a load of different rides so you can just skip the main queue and get in far shorter wait times. Some of the rides you can just pay for that ride. So there's a particular ride you want to do, check the app to see if it's available on there, just pay the price for that, skip the queue, and away you go. Now all the staff in Disneyland Paris, they're all called cast members, so if you're stuck, you've got any questions, they're always milling around. Find one, ask them, they'll do their best to help you, and please be kind to the cast members. I shouldn't have to say that, but they're there to help you. If they don't know the answer, they'll be able to point you in the direction of where you can get your answer. The other thing to be aware of Disney is there's always construction going on at Disney. So again, the app will show you what rides are down for reconstruction, where there's work going on. You will always see construction walls in Disney. So if there's a particular ride you want to do, check the app to make sure it's going to be up and running when you're planning your visit. But without the construction, Disney wouldn't be what it is, constantly renewing itself, making it interesting, so we keep going back. So when's the best time to go to Disney in Paris? It depends on your situation. If you've got kids who are at school and things like that, you're probably only able to go outside of term time, which is going to be the busiest time. I find going early June or the beginning of September are the quieter times because you're outside that summer season. It'll also be a little bit cheaper because the tickets are priced depending on how busy the season is. So just to summarize on some of the information, I've written it down here in my Mickey journal, just so I don't forget anything. So going into the park, make sure you've got decent footwear. You're going to be walking an awful lot in those parks, anything from 5 miles plus a day, easily. Also make sure you're dressed correctly, depending on the weather. Check the weather forecast. If it's going to be sunny, don't forget your sunscreen and hats. If it's going to be overcast and wet, waterproofs are a must for going around the park. If you get stuck and caught out, most of the shops in Disney will sell ponchos. Just go up to the cash registers, say, have you got any ponchos? If they don't have them, they'll point you where to get them. Drink plenty of water. It's very easy to get dehydrated walking around the parks. So keep yourself well hydrated. It'll stop you getting miserable and tired. As I said, construction's always going on, so make sure you check the app so you're sure that the rides that you want to do are going to be there and any of the places you want to eat are going to be open. Food, you can take some food in with you. Obviously you can't take big picnics in and blankets and things like that, but a couple of snacks in your backpack is fine. Which leads on to, there is security to get into the parks, similar to security you get when you get to an airport. There's an x-ray machine for your bag to go through. You go through a metal detector. It's very quick. Doesn't take too much time at all. Obviously, you're not allowed to take firearms or knives or anything like that. Be sensible, the stuff you're going to take into the park. Selfie sticks are a no-go as well. So as long as you just got a little tripod with your camera or phone on, you'll be fine. Take plenty of breaks. Take advantage of the shows to take a break. Some of the shows are going to be inside in air conditioning. Take that 20, 30-minute break to see a show. Rest your feet up, relax, rehydrate. Travel insurance. Something that's come up now while I've been doing this video has been air traffic control strikes in France. So a lot of flights have been cancelled or delayed. This has affected people's travelling to the parks and leaving the parks. So make sure you've got some decent travel insurance that can cover if that sort of thing happens. Language. Obviously it's in French. Everyone speaks French. Never had a problem in the parks. Most of the shows you go and see are going to be in French and English, so following the story in the show is never a problem. Some of the shows will be just in French, but they'll also have an English version of that. So again, look at the app, it will tell you the times that the French shows are on and the English shows on. Talking with the cast members, anytime I went to a cast member, they would ask French, German, Spanish or English. So they're very well versed in all languages, so no problem there with the language barrier. The app, make sure you have the app downloaded. Play with it beforehand so you know how to use it. If there's a group of you going, make sure everybody has the app downloaded. Everybody has everybody's tickets on the app. This is very important because if you want to get a reservation for something, it means you more chances of getting the reservation if more people are using the app. So like when we went to see Mickey Mouse, it was a reservation only. So we had everybody's tickets on everybody else's phone. So we were able to get a reservation on one phone to go and see Mickey Mouse. So very important that you do that. And last of all, have a great time. Really enjoy the parks. There's lots to do and see there, loads to eat, loads of shows. You'll have a fantastic time if it's your first time at Disney. It really is a magical experience. So I hope you will find that useful. You got some tips and tricks there and some information about Disney if you're first timers. So I'll pop another couple of videos up on the screen, along with the subscribe button. If you can hit that, be great. Give me a thumbs up. If you've got any questions or comments, do put them down below. I love hearing from you guys. And if there's enough questions, I can maybe make another video to answer them. So as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.